Hey everyone, it's Amanda. I'm back with another reading for you. Welcome. This is Dead Garden Tarot. There's been a lot of energies going around, and so I wanted to get to the bottom of it. So I'm picking up on a few different things, and then I was writing them down, and it's interesting because they all kind of tie together. So bear with me. First and foremost, I heard that someone woke the beast. So funny. Not sure who that's for. But I feel like there is a lack of satisfaction going on in the air. And I'm also been getting a lot of Tree of Life stuff. Like a lot of duality. So a lot of light, shadow, above, below, tides ebbing and flowing, like in and out. And duality in the sense of it could be masculine, feminine dynamics, could be, like giving and receiving dynamics, and then like dominant, submissive, which has been coming out quite a bit. I wanted to pull from the Wisdom of the Trees Oracle deck. So I pulled the Akasha. Kind of sounds like Akashic Records. That's interesting. But the more I look at this card, the more funny it becomes to me. But I'm going to read from the book to you about the Akasha tree. So the tree means protection. So you are being protected right now, and I feel like you are being protected. I'm not sure how we're going to get into that, but it might have something to do with your light, your dark, both sides, because the duality is coming through. I almost feel like it's a double life kind of thing. And I will tell you why, because I'm going to read from the book. So it says the acacia was an important tree, or the acacia was an important tree in ancient Egypt. And its wood was used to make coffins, furniture, and boats. The sacred barge of Osiris at the temple of Thebes was also made from acacia. And then Osiris was originally a nature god, but then later became the lord of the underworld, right? So nature, abundance, agriculture, and then the underworld, shadow, death, rebirth. And so the ancient Egyptians wanted to achieve life after death so they could be reunited with him. So the acacia tree guarded the mummified body of Osiris while his soul embraced the universe. So there's a lot of, and it says in Hawaii, the leaves of the koa, the acacia koa, are laid on sick beds to encourage the patient to sweat. So if you're not feeling well and you're going through some sort of health, whether it be physically, mentally, spiritually, you are being protected right now. There must be some sort of rebirth going on for people. Let me know in the comments if you are resonating with this kind of rebirth energy. It's also because I was saying about masculine and feminine and kind of dominant, submissive energies, it almost feels like I did that reading about Persephone, Persephone, however you want to say it, and how she went into the underworld. So I think that's, what is that, Greek? And then now we're getting Egyptian. So Egyptian Osiris was married to Isis. And she's the one with like the wings, I believe. And I looked up Osiris because it's funny, because here at the top with these wings, it looks like Isis, right? And then this looks like a collar. And then when I looked up Osiris, he has a hook and like, what is it called? A flail, a crook and a flail, which is like hooking and restraint. But then the flail also looks like, you know, a flogger or something. So somebody woke the beast, and I feel like there is multiple people, because I don't feel like this is just about a particular feminine. I don't feel like this is about a particular masculine. And you could, in fact, because of the Persephone story coming in, and about how that was about her and the mother wound, and then her going down to the underworld, and now we're getting Osiris with the underworld as well. So I feel like either you're a feminine going through that, you're a male going through that, or you are in fact at the point of your duality in your alignment, and a part of you, an old part of you, has died, and you've gone into the underworld, and you are, you know, metaphorically speaking, you are sifting through your shadow and learning about desires, because, you know, waking up the beast and having this lack of satisfaction that's coming in, no matter what you do, there's like this hunger, and you're trying to do everything that you would normally do in order to satisfy that, or distract yourself from that. But I feel like there's like, it's a nagging feeling, and it just won't go away. So I really wanted to look into that and see what comes up, because I feel like there's this energy of, with waking the beast, there's a lot of these, someone's having deep fantasies about you and daydreams about you. This happens a lot during the day, and it's almost like it's the one thing that kind of caresses whatever that satisfaction, like that need is. It's the only thing that caresses it, but at the same time, you're trying to ignore it and push it away, because it's feeding the beast. And when it feeds the beast, the beast is awake, and it's going to come out. And so, I mean, take that however it resonates. I really don't think like this is the beast in the sense of like this is negative, like, yeah, like I don't think it's like a falling off the wagon kind of thing, where it's like super detrimental to your health or your well-being or the people around you. I feel like this is a side of you, like I said, it's giving double life. It's a side of you that needs to be explored. It's a side of you that you keep under lock and key, and you just haven't found your like road or your pathway to doing that. The Hanged Man is coming out, but it's coming in reverse. So I don't feel like you're not in a state of thought. You're not in a state of ponder. You know what's going on with yourself or whoever this energy is that you're connecting to. And with the acacia tree, I noticed that, like, I don't know if this is like the seeds that are falling off the tree, but the further they get away from the tree, the more they grow. And it's weird because at the top with the collar, right, this is like a mirroring of underworld above ground, right, which tree of life. And again, there's like a growing away. So it feels like you've grown, and all of like let's say you're a tree, right, and you're growing and you're at full thing, then you start like, you know, setting off your seeds, or if you're a mushroom, like your little, you know, psilocybin kind of spores and whatever, you're like shooting around and they're like going off, and then, you know, you're, yeah, like fleeing the nest, fleeing the home, fleeing, spreading your wings again with the birds and the flying. And aren't we in like mating season or something? It's like May. Things are growing, things are becoming like spread out. And so maybe you're feeling that you're spread too thin. But this is not an energy of you don't know what's going on. You know exactly what's going on. So if this resonates with you, then yeah. If it doesn't and you don't know what I'm talking about, then this reading is not for you. So what can you tell me, please, about this energy of waking the beast and this underworld energy, this satisfaction? What can you tell the collective about this? Yeah, the Five of Wands. I heard the self. This isn't about fighting other people. This is about fighting your own desire. This is about fighting. I mean, you could be giving off that energy and that vibe and that shadow. And it's causing a lot of onlookers, let's say. Maybe you are having to beat them off with a stick. Yeah, I feel like this has to do with a deep need. Wow, okay. Yeah, the Queen of Wands is coming out. What else can I get besides the Queen of Wands? Which is interesting because there's been a lot of Leo energy swirling around, and we're not even in Leo energy, we're in Taurus energy. There's just a lot of fiery passion and desire that's coming out. The King of Pentacles is coming out, which is a very dominant energy, right? And he is wearing like a black cloak or a black whatever garment. And it's interesting that he's coming out right beside the Queen of Wands. And who was Persephone that, was it Hades? And then now we're getting like Egyptian with like Osiris and Isis. Which is weird because when I looked it up, it's like Isis was indeed his wife, but was also his sister. And then like it made me think of like Game of Thrones. You know, gotta keep that royal blood strong. So, you know, kinks and whatever. Okay, so the Three of Cups is coming out. Okay, like I said, this lack of satisfaction, this waking up the beast, all this energy, this fiery energy, this desire, this fantasy, this daydream kind of energy with this Queen of Wands and this King of Pentacles, This is about a celebration. So that's beautiful. Wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. It's giving the fucking smirk on her face too. Look at that, right? She's so coy, charismatic, charming, right? And he has that very dominant looking, you know, glare. And his throne has like bulls, right? Very beastie like. That's very interesting. But this is giving me a celebration of womanhood. This is giving me that maybe this King of Pentacles wants to celebrate you and all that you are. I just heard in your naked body and your naked self. Okay. Fives are coming out a lot. I've seen fives all day today and yesterday. 5 of Wands. You have 5 across. Yeah, there's a lot of change and a lot of challenge going on right now. Okay, what else can I get for this Hierophant in reverse, please? The 2 of Swords. This is something that isn't being... So this is something you know, but this is not something that you're speaking about. And also, you don't see whatever's coming. Okay, what can I get for the 5 of Wands then? I heard prepare yourself? What? Okay, so for the 5 of Wands, we're getting the 2 of Pentacles. So I'm getting like a juggling, right? We all know 2 Pentacles, balancing the finances. I don't know why I keep looking at his legs. Maybe it feels like you're on hot coals or hot ground. Or your legs are hurting in some way. Maybe you're on your feet a lot. There's a balancing of your, yeah, like your charismatic energy, your fire, your desire. There's a balancing of that, which is what we were saying at the beginning, right? Like having that energy, that's the only thing that is soothing and caressing you, but at the same time pushing it away. Whoever that may be for you that is doing that for you. And I don't think that you know this person. You might. But I feel like there's an empty space and someone is behind a door and they haven't opened that door yet. What can I get for the Queen of Wands, please? What can I get for the Queen of Wands? It's funny because when I was shuffling the deck before I started, the Queen of Wands came out with the Devil. So if you're resonating with the Queen of Wands and this is how you're feeling, I think that's why you're pushing the energy away, because you don't want to get obsessed about like fleshy things, right? Like bedroom stuff, sexual things, because you're trying to balance and focus on, wow. Well, aren't you a hot commodity collective? The Empress is coming out underneath the Queen of Wands. So right now you are encompassing this energy. And I think that's probably why the King of Pentacles is about to come in and wants to celebrate you, because you are juggling everything on your own. I heard you're ready for a new endeavor. What can you tell me about the King of Pentacles, please? Who is this ping? Yep. Ping. Who is this King of Pentacles? This, like, Osiris. So we have the Four of Cups, followed by the Eight of Wands. So that's incoming communication. And this is coming in hot and fast. So I feel like this King of Pentacles is going to be making you an offer because you are balancing everything right now. You're feeling that lack of satisfaction no matter what you do, what you try. And that's not to say that, like, nothing is ever good enough. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, there is a hunger in you. There is a desire in you that needs to be let out, that needs to be unleashed, that needs to be explored. But in your lifetime, this isn't something that you could have done. You did not have access to that. You may have not been in the right place at the right time for this, but Spirit is telling you that you're ready now. And so this is an offering that's coming in. That's nice. So what can you tell me about the Three of Cups? This is beautiful energy. This is a celebration of you. I feel like this man that's coming in wants to celebrate you and who you are and how you are. I heard how you show up in the world. Take these. The Two of Wands. It's followed by the Eight of Cups. This is a celebration. So the Two of Wands, there's like a contemplation. There's like a, almost like a deepened thought of, like, there's definitely a patience, right? A patience and like a discipline, because this to me is like patience and discipline. Patience to be deep in thought about what you want, how you see the world, to go after what you want, to be patient with that. And then the discipline and, like, you know, the sheer will to walk away from abundance, essentially. So maybe this King of Pentacles is walking away from something. Maybe he sees you and he's been patient, or maybe he's just been patient in his own life and then finally sees you and then walks away from something that he has in his life. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try and get into this. Yeah, Ten of Wands is on the bottom of the deck. So you have been carrying a lot. Whether this is about you carrying the weight of everything and doing everything on your own. But like I said, there's a duality in this energy. I feel like this is not just for a masculine watching that may be dealing with a feminine, but this is also about a feminine watching about herself and about a masculine. There's like, this is very dual, and then even like within the self. So this could be about carrying the weight of everything you've got going on, but then also carrying the weight of your passion, carrying the weight of your desires and what that's doing, which is why Osiris is coming in and this dominant male's coming in, because I feel like he's going to teach you a few things that you may need to know about satisfaction, about satiation, about, you know, your body and things like that. And before anybody gets all fucking crazy about like a man telling a woman how her body is, that's not what I'm talking about. There are plenty of men out there that, you know a few things, and there are women out there that know a few things. And when, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't. I don't know. This is clearly like a very dominant and submissive type of thing. And there are men out there who are masters, are dominant in the bedroom, who know a thing or two about pleasure factors. Just like there's women out there that are also dominant that know about pleasure factors, and they're a master at their craft. Like I said, it's like a duality in energies. I bought a new deck. It's the Everyday Witch. It's like mini. It's so tiny. And just so you can see the difference. So I want to know about this 5 of Wands and this 2 of Pentacles. What has the collective been dealing with? What has the collective been juggling? Or what it has... I don't know. I feel like... Well, we'll ask after. What has the collective been juggling? What has the collective been fighting within themselves? What is this beast that's been woken up? The Ace of Cups? Wow. I mean, that sounds like you're fighting your emotion and you're fighting your heart. Like a new heart? Maybe you've reclaimed your heart. Maybe this is about like a new love and moving forward. Take it how it resonates. Or just about all-encompassing like your vessel itself, your heart itself, your soul in your heart, and how that connects with your needs and desires. What can you tell me about the Queen of Wands and the Empress? Because the collective is on fire right now. She is in her full womanhood. She's exuding all the awesome stuff. What can you tell me about the collective, please? I heard there are surprises. I feel like you are surprising yourself in the way of your desires, in the way of your own energy. And maybe even like what you dream of fantasy-wise. What can you tell me? That's a lot. Okay. We have the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, working towards tending to your money. The 8 of Pentacles. That's nice. Almost like she's creating shop and recipes, and she's using everything to make more, like concoctions. That's interesting. And I like that the 7-8 is going up. So there's movement in a positive way. the Queen of Pentacles is coming out. You're heading towards your Queen of Pentacles. So you have the Queen of Wands here. You're the Queen of Pentacles. You have the Empress. You're matching with this King of Pentacles. And then we have the Knight of Wands that's coming out. Which is interesting because, again, Knight of Wands. The Knight is like, it feels like the Knight is like fighting, like setting off to find that charm, that fire, and then there's like the dragon around the mountain, which can be a dominant, could be like that beast that's waking up, right? It's like Smaug waking up, Smaug in the fucking mountain with all the fucking gold coins. That's very interesting. Again, that's like waking the beast. Your energy, whatever you've got going on in your world and whatever you have, whatever energy has broken off of you has attracted a dominant male, has attracted someone that you've woken up their beast and they're heading towards you. And I think because of the Knight, this is telling me that you're not the Page, so it's not like you're new at this. But this is a dynamic that you are ready for, but still kind of like an amateur at, if you will. So you know a thing or two. But I think you're going to be taught a few things. What can you tell me about this King of Pentacles? What can you tell me about this beast? That's interesting. So the King of Wands came out reversed. So to me, again, you're matching. You came out with the Queen of Wands. You have your Queen of Pentacles. You're matching him. And now the King of Wands is coming out, and it's coming out in reversed. I'm not getting, like, this is not devilish energy to me. And this is not, again, if it's like usually upside down, it's more, what's the word? Like someone who uses it to their advantage, who's like more sneaky and stuff. But I feel like this is, again, just saying that like you woke the beast. And I feel like this male is in kind of like an uncontrollable, yeah, he doesn't know where to go. I don't know why I'm getting that. So in the card, he's like showing, he's teaching the cat, right? He's teaching the little Leo. He's teaching the, he's teaching the pussy about the world. Sorry. But it's almost like he doesn't know what to teach you. He doesn't know how much you know. He doesn't know, and it's frustrating him. Coming off a little bratty. Fuck. It's too funny. What else can you tell me about the, oh fuck. What can you tell me about the King of Pentacles? This reading is way too funny. Jesus. This incoming information, this Eight of Wands, this offering. What can you tell me about this King of Pentacles and this offering? Maybe he's not sure what to offer you because he doesn't know what you need to be taught, like how much you know when it comes to, you know, desires or even finances in general, because of all of Pentacles that's coming up and the money. Okay. The Two of Wands is coming out. Again, it's coming out in reverse though. So this is about a union, but I'm not sure if, again, I don't think, like, this seems like a love affair. This doesn't seem like, or some type of contract. I don't feel like this is like marriage, or maybe because this is in reverse and he doesn't know what to teach you and what you know, he may also not know what you want. Or if you're a male watching, maybe you don't know what this female wants in regards to a union or commitment, or like what you're looking for. If you're looking for just a love affair, if you're looking for a fling, like what your status is, that sort of thing. Yeah, the Six of Swords is coming out. I don't think that he knows maybe what you're carrying and what you've left behind you and what it is, the type of journey that you're on, or what you've fled even. I'm getting a really big mystery. I find this King of Pentacles finds you to be mysterious in the sense of, like, there's a lot that you don't show. There's a lot that you hide. What can you tell me about this celebration, please? This Three of Cups. The Three of Pentacles. Double threes. That's really nice. 33 is a master number. It's a master teacher number. That's beautiful. So that's a celebration and that's a collaboration. So the two of you will be coming together. So there's some type of love affair that will happen. And this is from what looks like, very beneficial for the both of you, in regards to finances and teaching and healing through some sort of trust and commitment in some sort of way, some intimate commitment in some sort of way. What else can you tell me about this Eight of Cups, the Ten of Swords, the Two, or that's not the Swords, Ten of Wands and Two of Wands? What can you tell? That's too many. I didn't even take it. I don't want to fucking take it. They're coming out in doubles. Okay, that's weird. It's like I forgot to take out the... Okay, so the Eight of Cups, the Ten of Wands, the Two of Wands. If you're still with me, thank you so much. I feel like this is kind of taking forever, but such a bizarre energy. So the Justice is coming out. Beautiful. With the Empress. Wow. So the Empress is coming out twice. So you will be justified. The feminine of this story, the female of this story, put yourself where you belong. There will be a justification in her power, in who she is as a person, and her energy. The life you dream of, whatever fulfillment and satisfaction you're looking for, you will be justified in that. You will have that. So Nine of Swords came out with the Five of Wands. Are you serious? Okay, so twice now the Five of Wands is coming out. So this is extreme confirmation. Watch your mouth. Fuck. There's just so many cats, you know? The metaphors, right? Keep it together. This is confirmation that whatever you desire, whatever that you have fantasized about, whatever it is that you need, whatever it is that has awakened inside of you as a woman, whatever it is that you've been carrying that has been extremely heavy in your roots, in your sacral, and in your heart, the universe is protecting you. The underworld is protecting you. You are safe to have this experience. You are safe to learn the things and go down the path of this exploration as you need to. And that this masculine, this dominant, this teacher is going to, I heard, gain your trust and make you willful. Like, willful in what way? Like, for your life? What is the King of Pentacles' intention? I mean, it's clear he wants to teach you and get to know you because you're so mysterious, and you are exuding all kinds of hot energy. Okay. So the Hierophant is coming out in reverse. So the Hierophant is about belief. It's about structure. Because about your practices, your spirituality, whatever, because the yoga, because the meditation in this deck, the reverse is giving me, again, that shadow aspect of how you look at the world. There are people out there that very much think, you know, things are love and light and you shouldn't wish bad things on people and you shouldn't do certain things and there's karma and all that sort of thing. And I agree with that. But we all have a shadow side to us. We all have, again, the Empress and the Queen of Wands and the energy of this feminine, and this, how this is coming out is there are things that are very much buried and hidden and locked and mysterious about you that you do not speak of, that you do not share, because there is not a space for you to do so. There is not something that you can explore without a particular type of person to come in and do that. And it seems like now you're ready. It seems like you are at a point in your life where this can kind of come in now because you are now open to it. This is something you can no longer deny. So I feel like his intention towards you is to shake your foundation a little bit. And I don't mean shake your foundation in the sense of like breaking it and like, I'm talking about like changing your perspective on how things can be done. Changing your perspective on the duality of the world and your perspective of that, because we are getting above and below, as above, so below, and the tree of life, and the light and the shadow of oneself. That is what I feel like this masculine will be doing for you. This is his intention, which is a form of healing. Can I get another one, please? For how does he feel? How does this King of Pentacles feel about this Queen of Wands? That came out nice. The Knight of Pentacles. He feels giddy. I just feel like he wants to just kind of give you stuff. Like, here, you can have this. Like, he's so almost, it almost feels like you put him in a frivolous kind of energy. Like, you want this? I'll give it to you. Like, that's it's so weird. He wants to help you. He wants to lend a hand. He wants to, I heard, make you happy. That's really nice. I wasn't expecting that. It's almost like you put him in a new, like a new state. Like a boyish state. That's kind of cute. How does this, or how will this, because obviously this person is in your energy because you're calling them in. The Six of Pentacles. You feel he's generous. You feel that he maybe is a person in the community that could be well known or that helps his community in some way. He's a caring person. Again, the duality of being someone who is a giver, right? Not a taker. This person gives. This person is generous. This King of Pentacles is kind, but he wants to, he likes a challenge and he wants to shake things up with you. You know? What else can you tell me about the Queen of Wands and how she's going to feel, or how she feels about this King of Pentacles? The World. He's going to open up your eyes. He's going to open up this feminine's eyes. And I also feel like because the King of Pentacles gets all this lovely energy off of the Queen of Wands, I feel like she's going to do the same for him, but in a different way. I heard carefree. So she's like sending off her hat. She's letting go. She's releasing. She's feeling the wind in her hair. You know, she's putting her toes in the water, in the ocean. She's relaxing. She's letting, you know, that cool sand squish between her toes. Maybe you're a beach person. Maybe you like the ocean. There is such a beautiful, like, healing and letting go, carefree energy to this. Even like the salt air, like the salt water when you're on the beach is really good for your skin and stuff. Wow. Wow, I'm kind of blown. I'm gonna leave it there. So whatever kind of, I don't know, whatever it is that you're going through that is obviously making you tense, all the things that you have to juggle, all the things that you're going through, this beautiful, amazing, strong, whole, courageous energy that you are embodying. Again, we have double Empress here. And we have that double Five of Wands. So you really fighting off whatever it is that you're going through that you don't speak about, that is causing this fire to blaze. But there is a masculine, there is a dominant, there is a giver, a generous, kind person who's coming in, who's going to offer you some type of agreed upon connection that is going to be mutually beneficial for the both of your healing in some aspect. And you're going to teach each other a few things and learn each other a few things. So, yeah. It was really kind of cool. Way longer than I wanted it to be, but yeah. I've been struggling with expressing lately, so that's why I wasn't sure if I was going to do a video. I've been feeling extremely rooted, and as much information as coming in as it is, I'm finding it hard lately to articulate that in a way that doesn't sound like I'm a fucking kindergarten teacher. I don't know. Look at this card. Look at this pretty color. Like, how does this color make you feel? Fuck. That's your reading. If it resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. I hope that you enjoyed it. Share, subscribe, comment. Yeah, join the garden where we play and we cultivate and we heal and we plant the seeds of our dreams for the way that we want to live, right? I hope that you guys have a lovely evening, and I hope that your weekend is eventful. And until next time, peace. God bless.